Okay, so I'm back, and here is my little butterfly right there. I need to put my little French knot there, and I'm thinking I might like a color like this. This is kind of, I like this kind of color, this acidy or mustardy sort of yellow with a lilac. So I think I'm gonna, you know, you could just do it a dark brown, but the body's dark brown. So let's add in another color. And actually I might do, I wasn't going to do my other butterfly, but there's a bit there to do satin stitch. I think I'm going to do that with that yellow as well. Okay, so I want to put a nice knot there. I'm going to wrap it around 4 times. Is that 4 or 5? I don't know, whatever. I want it to be big because I've embroidered with wool and I don't want it to disappear. I kind of made sure I went over a couple of strands here. Don't want it to sink in there. When I went back down, I didn't go down there. I went over so that way it kind of doesn't disappear in between the stitches. There we go. So that's my little butterfly, the first one. I'm going to leave that colour out so I remember that I need that for the other butterfly. It does blend in a bit, but doesn't matter. It is what it is. And I wanted to just come down here and just work on this a little bit, just to amalgamate it a bit better. I won't do it all with you guys, but just a little bit to get it going. I need this thread. Oh, I have a piece. Because that's what I used a little bit in there. So I'm going to jump around a bit. Oops, just make sure, because I came up close to the camera, I just want to put a few stitches up here. Just very random stitches. Okay, I have to end that off. I only put 2 stitches in there, but I'm going to end it off because I don't want to waste my thread. Okay, let's see. Need a few in here. And I may come in with a few little colourful French knots, like they're little flowers sort of things. So I kind of covered up my grass there that I had already done before on purpose so that I could have the excuse to come back with this one. I am going to jump down here, do a few little grassy stitches here. I try not to judge until I've sort of done a bit more. Okay, so I'll end that one off. So yeah, as I mentioned the last time with the variegated threads, I know they don't always change fast enough, but you can sort of switch from one end to the other, because one end is one colour and the other end is another colour, or you can sort of jump around a bit in your stitching. And if you're in a certain shade, just say I want this shade here, I'll do my stitching here, and then I want to use this colour up here, I might jump over there and then I'll get that colour. You will waste a bit of thread, but at least you, oh my goodness, I got wool in my mouth. Okay, so I'm just putting in just a few blades of grass, long and short. Just building up my story a little bit, making it up as I go. So although I kind of know the prompts and everything, although I don't remember them, I have to refer to my list. I haven't planned anything. Nothing is planned. It's all, I'm winging it, just like everybody else once you discover the prompt. And I think you can tell that, because I did end up going down one side and not the other. Yeah, so we do have a benefit because we know what they are, but I'm not using that benefit personally. I'm just, each week I don't remember what's going to be the next one, and so I just decide with you guys. Okay, that's enough there. I'm going to come back over here, and of course jumping over like that I'll get a different colour. And then down here I have to do all those little circly sort of bauble things. Now I might come in, let me tap you. You could be out of focus because my hand comes up towards the lens, the camera, the telephone. And then I think, I try to pull it towards me so that way I'm not sort of sending it out of focus all the time. See, already to me it's starting to look a bit more amalgamated. I might come in with a different colour like I did up there as well. And I sort of go to a certain point and then stop. Even though I could continue down, I just sort of stop until I know what's my next move, what's going to happen next. Just checking the time. Okay, so I think that's enough of that one. Okay. I'm going to get another colour, another green. I might use maybe a darker one. How thick is that? I don't want it to be really thick. Oh, no, I don't want it to be so thick. Oh, hello. Flinging my things everywhere. This one. This is a gum nut one as well. Now why can't, oh, I've got it here. That's why I can't get it off. Oops. Okay. See if I can get it in through that needle. Sometimes I can't, they won't go through because they're thicker, because it's quite a small needle, but these ones go, the tapestry wools would not go. So I'm going to put just a little bit in here and there. Not there, I'm going to go over here. My piece is actually feeling quite heavy, if I think about it, because of all the stitches that have gone onto it and the fabrics. So next week I'll probably need to come down a bit further with my fabric collage. I'll probably end up only doing this length of strip. Like, I did prepare a bit more in case I wanted to make it longer, but I don't know whether I'll need to because I've sort of worked back up into it with some of the prompts, so we'll just see what happens. I think we need a bit of purple down here. I've got purple up there though. Oh, okay, I better put it down before I decide on any colours for French knots. So I've gone a bit linear there, so I just want to have a few pieces shooting out. Okay, that'll do. Okay, and let's decide what colour. Oh, look what I did. I didn't pull my knot down properly. It doesn't matter. I'm going to be doing more stitching anyway. What colour little French knots do I want? I might like a turquoisey, not a turquoise, you know, a light. I think I might like a bit of this in there. This is really thick. I'm going to use a wider, bigger-eyed needle for that. Oops. And I'm going to put some little knots in here. Oh, this is where it becomes hard to pull it through because it's tapestry wool. It's not meant for a bit going through. Just one wrap, I think, because it's so thick. You know, all these layers of fabric, it's a bit of a chore. Oh, I like that. Yes, I like that pop of lighter colour. And I might come in there with an orangey yellow or something else just to add a bit more. It's not happening. Oh, okay, got it. Oh my goodness. Good to have a pair of pliers on hand. Now, oh, I know what I wanted to say. I don't know if I ever said this, but the only reason why I'm using the round-nosed ones is because I couldn't find my straight ones. I think they're down in the cellar in a box somewhere. They didn't get unpacked. That's the only reason why I'm using those ones. Yeah, I like that. I should let that untwist, shouldn't I? Sort of stop annoying me and give you a tap to make sure you're on screen. I mean, not on screen, in focus, because that's important. Now, as I go down, I may decide, or I'm really liking it now, I may decide to make these fewer, these blue ones, and then I'll do a different color, because otherwise it'll be too much of the same. Although, oh no, maybe I'm changing my mind as I look at it. I'll do them fewer than what I've done up, like not so, I do less, and I am going to add in another color. I think I can do one more. I love the way that sort of, I don't know if you can see, sort of getting hard now to, yes you can here. I need to come up a little bit. I love the way it's sort of helping it amalgamate more, become one. Oh my goodness. Come on, this is my last stitch. Just cooperate with me, thank you. Right, put a knot in that one. You see why I wasn't worried about my knot being loose there, because I've just stitched over it, and I might stitch over it again. Nothing's going to come out. Okay, so, oh, I love that's really building up now. I've done my little pebbles, vague pebbles. I wanted them to be vague. So I'll do a little pebble here, and a little pebble going around there. Actually, I probably should do those first. And it's just a running stitch before I put all my French knots. But I am going to have some blue coming down in here. I'm going to add another colour. And I'm just thinking in my pea brain, I might add this colour. Methinks this colour. Or, no, I think maybe those two colours, maybe a little bit of each. I'm going to have it come down here, like it's sort of growing over the edge and down into here a little bit, and I'll put some in there as well, I think, and then those are sort of blended in. It's a bit like a bush, even though they're not proportionate. I don't care. My care factor is 0, and I might need to I'll keep looking at that little gap there. I might need to put a little bit of grass there, and a little bit of grass there, and a little bit of grass here. I will come back and do that. And you know, if you do feel like something like that when you look at your piece, oh, could you see? Yes, you could. Do go back and do it, because otherwise you won't be happy with it. So super fun, and love seeing everybody else's work. I've fallen a bit behind looking in Facebook, so I will go in there. I'll have a quiet moment and sit down this afternoon and have a look in there. And I will do a bit more work here now, and then I'll I'll put the photographs obviously at the end as well, but I'll photograph that bit there so you can see the bunny better as well. And I might put a little post on Instagram today, because I haven't done that for a while. So thank you so much for watching, and have a wonderful day. Happy stitching, and I will see you again next week. Oh, I think Sarah's video will be first next week, so remember that. Okay, bye.